Hey party people, Jim here, coming back to you with a little bit of a pipe chat and a ramble, and my first impressions of yet another one of my Chicago Pipe Show samples. This time we have Missouri Meerschaum's American Patriot, and it's been described as an American style English. It's got a nice smoky, earthy, kind of leathery tin note here in my plastic bag. And today I am going to be smoking it out of my Missouri Meerschaum freehand. It's appropriate, don't you think? Missouri Meerschaum's been doing some really cool stuff with their pipelines and tobaccos here lately. I know there's cobs are one of those polarizing kind of things. Excuse me while I pack this guy up here. You know, people seems to be they either love them or they hate them, and there doesn't seem to be too many of us here in the middle ground. I kind of take them or leave them, but I gotta say that some of the newer ones that they've come out with, I'm pretty impressed with. They're actually a good quality smoking pipe, and they smoke very well. Like this freehand, for instance, it's got a vulcanite stem instead of their typical plastic. Now when I got it, it wasn't shiny like that. I took the time that Missouri Meerschaum didn't, and I went over it with some really fine sandpaper and got any remaining flashing off of it, cleaned up the button just a little bit, and then headed over to the buffer and put a nice polish on it. There's still some mold marks on it from where it was injection molded, but you know, let's face it, it's a $30 corncob pipe. Expensive for a cob, but in the grand scheme of things, pretty cheap pipe, and the damn thing smokes fantastically. The draw on it's really good. It's a non-filtered pipe, which the non-filtered cobs that I've got are, well, in my opinion, that's the only way to go with the cob. I don't care for the filtered pipes. I've got a country gentleman that love the pipe, but I just don't care for the way it smokes because it's a filter pipe, and the draw is a little too open and not quite right on it. I tend to get a mouthful of ash and ember when I get towards the bottom of the bowl. So I think it's going to be getting a custom J. Schilling stem here before long. Hopefully the wind noise isn't too bad. As you can see from the umbrella behind me, the wind is picking up a little bit. So if you guys will hang tight just a minute, I'm going to light this guy up, and I'll be back with my first impressions on American Patriot. Alright, as you can see, I've got her going now. Tasty tobacco. Starts off a little smoky. I'm pretty sure there's some Cavendish in here. I can kind of taste that in the background, and I think that's what makes it an American style English, is that Cavendish they add. I would say if you're a fan of the over-the-top super powerhouse Englishes like Dunhill's Nightcap and some of the others, it might be a little underwhelming for you, but I'd say it's pretty analogous to the Frog Morton line. I'm not saying it's the same as, I would just say it's kind of in the same class. It's very approachable. It's smoky, got nice flavor. And it's available in bulk. This is actually the second bowl I've smoked of it. I had one while I was up in Chicago when I got the sample and kind of liked it. So I think once my cellar lightens up a little bit and I pare down some of the things that I've got stored up, I'll probably order a few ounces of this stuff in bulk. It's really a nice smoke. I've got it paired with my highbrow coffee again. I'm moving way up from Maxwell House this time. Excuse me here, mustache gets a little damp. And I've moved on to 8 o'clock coffee. Nice dark roast. But as you can see, I'm hanging out here behind my house. You can see my shop over there in the corner beyond the house. Been doing some light home repair, getting this place ready to sell. Looking to move closer to work and cut down on everybody's commute times. Been really enjoying the Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you all are doing the same. It's actually midday on Memorial Day right now as I record this. Been a good weekend. Been some drama in the community, as I'm sure you're aware, but I'm not going to address that. Hope it all works out for the parties involved and everybody gets through it. Got out of work about 1 o'clock on Friday. And instead of driving home to be here by quitting time like I normally do on a Friday, I stayed in Evansville, down in southern Indiana, right on the river. Got to kick around there most of the day, or most of the afternoon. Hit a couple antique shops up. Found some really nice pipes that I'm kind of wishing I would have bought. A couple Geppetto Briars. One of them was a nice big panel billiard. And I'm not sure what the other brand was, but it looked, it was the same finish and color. I don't know if it was a Geppetto as well or not. I couldn't see the tag, but didn't feel like throwing down the $45 they wanted. I like to get my estates out of the antique shops as cheap as possible, but I think I kind of goofed by not snapping up those two. They were in good shape. They looked like new. So I may get back in there. And hooked up with a buddy of mine down in Evansville. Made a few friends since I've been down there. It's been an extended stay, and the regular crowd at Cigar, thumbs up to those guys, man. They're all great folks. Wasn't able to get the same hotel for Friday night with race traffic and some other events that were coming into the area, so I was going to have to. I checked out Friday morning. Was going to have to find another place to stay, and one of the cats down there said, "Oh no, just crash with me, bro. I got a couch." So that's what I did, which was really cool. Saved me some money. We had a good time. Spent all of Friday evening in the cigar shop, bullshitting with the locals and listening to everybody's stories and watching a couple of guys drink just a little too much. You know, there's really nothing funnier than watching a middle-aged man try to explain to his wife that he's had too much to drink, but he's okay. Well, that was funny. And Saturday, I drove down to the outskirts of Louisville, down in Kentucky, and was fortunate to spend the day with a new friend, the godfather of the YouTube pipe community, One Man Smoke. Salam. Had a real nice, enjoyable time with Salam. Good dude. Really glad that we met up in Chicago. We've been in touch since on Voxer pretty regular. he invited me down, and I took him up on the offer. I had some time, and work didn't get in the way, so I headed over there. About a 2-hour little jaunt from Evansville. And he showed me around Louisville a little bit. Had some fantastic locally roasted coffee, and spent the better part of the day in the Havana room on the back of Salam's place. Got a beautiful little smoking lounge set up out there. Enjoyed some fantastic cigars. Excellent conversation. Just relaxing and enjoying life, man. It was a good weekend. That's the best part about this whole YouTube pipe community thing is it's really a community, you know. You got a group of men and women with a common interest that kind of brings everybody together, and you get to interact with these people and really broaden your own horizons and exposure to different things as you meet different people. It's a good thing. Not something you find every day, especially in modern society, you know. And going back to something Eddie Gray said last year, you know, that the YouTube pipe community has kind of taken the place of the stupid fly, kind of taken the place of the old coffee stop for the people in the local, you know, in the small towns where they get together and just, you know, shoot the breeze, smoke. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. And it's been really cool, the friendships that have developed over the last year or so. Haven't been at this quite a year making videos, but I've been watching videos a lot longer than that. Kind of started out watching videos. I stumbled across the whole thing. It was been using YouTube as a resource for auto repair for quite a while. You know, if there's something I've got to do that I've never tackled or not sure how to go about, get on YouTube, look it up, you know, and somebody's made a video. I got a video bomber there in the back. But no, I had a BMW 3 Series, and I like to do all of my own auto repairs. And at the time, I'd never worked on a foreign vehicle at all. All the experience I had were on American cars. So I kicked around YouTube a little bit there on how to do my repairs on things that I had come up with that car, because it was you know, it was an older car. And thought, you know, at the same time I was getting back into pipes and fighting tongue biting stuff, found some videos there that walked me through. That's how I found the Dagners. Stumbled across OMS, watched a couple of his videos, and started picking up estates and getting restoration tips, and it's all been downhill from there. Met the Dagners down in Nashville last September, and you know, they encouraged me to get on here, and I did, and really enjoyed it. Made some good friends, birds flying around, you know. Keep in touch with the Dagners. Alex Bird, I met him down there. We've struck up a bit of a friendship. Bunch of solid people. So I'm starting to stretch this out a little bit, so I'm going to wrap it up. Say, now that I'm about a third of the way through this bowl, it's nice and savory, smoky, very good. Highly recommend this one. It's definitely going to go on the rotation. So it's available from Pipes and Cigars. They sell it by the ounce. pick some up. I think if you're a fan of English, I think you'll like it. American Patriot by Missouri Meerschaum. It's blended by Russ Willette. Good stuff. So, as always, YouTube, have a grateful day. And I'm going to go deal with my video bombers. Have a great weekend.